So a few months ago, I bought a Zwift Hub 1 and made this video right here, in which I said I was going to do a follow-up in a few months and tell you my thoughts on the trainer and if it was worth on you buying one for yourself. And as it turns out, well, the Zwift Hub 1 has been completely discontinued. I really shouldn't say completely discontinued because now it's just become a Wahoo Kicker Core 1, whatever they're calling it now, after this turbulent and fun year that Zwift seems to be having. Earlier this year, it was announced that Zwift and Wahoo would kind of quit their bickering and just decide to work together because neither of them were really doing too well. So what's the next future for Zwift? Well, yesterday it was announced here on June 12th, 2024, what is going to be the next product in Zwift's line, and here it is. Yeah, they're releasing a smart bike, but it's not just a smart bike, it's a smart bike frame that then you pair with a Wahoo Kicker Core 1, which was the Zwift Hub 1 and now has just been redesigned with a Wahoo logo and slightly different feet on it. So, yeah, that's their big play. That's what they're going with. They're going with a new smart bike. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of questions around this and why they're even going into the smart bike kind of marketplace. Really, previously, they had just been making some small trainers and having Wahoo sold on their website after that whole deal. But Zwift's had quite the year, as I was mentioning earlier. In February, it was announced that their co-CEO was going to be stepping down and they were going to be laying off a ton of staff. A few months ago, they announced a price hike, which led to absolutely hilarious comments in the Zwift Reddit thread about this, and everyone complaining about the extra $5 a month and everybody moving over to Ruby, which, you know what, I'm probably going to do that too. But anyway, we're still talking about Zwift today, and we're talking about this new Zwift 1 bike. So what is this bike going to be? They're calling it the Zwift Ride Indoor Bike. Now, if you actually look at the announcement from Zwift Insider, they're going to say, what is it and why is it special? Well, it's a one-size-fit-all smart frame that you then put on your smart trainer. Now, luckily, these are going to be sold together, so you're not going to have to buy a trainer separately and the smart bike. You get the whole package. And honestly, I'm going to say it, the price isn't bad. $12.99 for the smart bike and the Zwift Core 1. Sorry, Wahoo Core 1. That's going to take me forever, and I'm probably going to make that mistake several more times in this video. It's going to come as an all-in-one package for $12.99, and that's actually really good when you look at the prices of like the Wahoo Kicker Bike, which is $3,999, the Wahoo Kicker Bike Shift, which is $2,999, the Tax Neo Bike Plus for $4,000, the Tax Neo Bike for $31.99, the Watt Bike Atom for $25.49. You know, they can keep throwing these prices at you. It doesn't really change the fact that all of these are kind of pointless for home training. Really, honestly, guys, you don't need the entire bike setup. If you already have the trainer, just put your own bike on it. Now, I get that this kind of makes sense for people like with a multifamily, like my wife and I, who do like to use the trainer, and we do ride slightly different sizes, not by much. She's riding a 56, I'm on a 58. But, I mean, we even have one bike that we can kind of make work between us. So it just seems like kind of a pointless thing. So if it is such a pointless thing for the home trainer, then why are they selling it? I think personally that this has a big thing to do with the recent announcement of Stages laying off its entire staff and shuttering their offices. The reason I think this is because Stages doesn't just make power meters, or didn't, should I say, since they're basically effectively gone now. Stages also made workout bikes for places like SoulCycle, Cycle Bar, others like that. They were making those indoor bikes. A lot of the time, if you went into one of those and it wasn't specifically labeled a Peloton, chances are it was a Stages bike that you were on. So with Stages closed and the support system for those smart bikes really kind of effectively gone altogether, it actually makes a lot of sense why Zwift is making this move. It looks like they might be trying to kind of Zwift into that market, so to speak. So when you really look at all those things together, I don't really understand why this is the play. But I mean, if we look at the announcement video, there is a lot to really kind of, like about this. So I wanted to play a couple little clips of it right now real quick for you guys, because I think there are a few things that are a little cool about this bike. So let's just take a look at a few of the clips here.
What's up? I'm Rasan, and this is Zwift Ride, the all-in-one indoor cycling setup from Zwift that makes fitness seriously fun. Indoor cycling has been around for ages, from old school indoor bikes to rollers.
I mean, I will say if you've ever used rollers before, I'm kind of glad to have a Zwift instead of rollers.
Zwift revolutionized indoor cycling by turning it into a game. Now, Zwift Ride is here to take indoor cycling into a new era. So what exactly is it? It's an entirely new take on a smart bike with a design that combines a smart frame with a smart trainer. Why?
So as you can see here, they kind of break down that the frame is separate. So if you do want to take your trainer to a race or something to use for warm-ups beforehand, you can do that. That's something that I will say is actually pretty neat. That's pretty cool that they are doing it as kind of a separate thing, because with things like the tax bikes, the Wahoos, or things like that, they are just one entire unit altogether, and it takes a pretty massive footprint to put one of these things down in your home. And if you're like me and you're in an apartment where space is kind of limited, you don't really have a lot of room for just that one piece of equipment right there, I do kind of like that it is a, separate frame that you can just take off the trainer and then use it when you need to and put the frame, I don't know, on your bike rack or something. That's kind of cool, though. I will give them credit for that. That's a clever design.
Well, it's more affordable, modular, and also super simple to set up. Zwift Ride is a complete...
Again, he's kind of right there. It is modular and it is affordable. It's not a bad price, $12.99, but again, I have a hard time justifying that price when I have one trainer that's designed specifically to fit different bikes on it, and I have a lot of different bikes. So it really doesn't make sense for someone like me to even buy this thing. Again, that's where my question comes in, is who are they marketing this to? And I really think it has to be for those Soul Cycle and Cycle Bar kind of places. I think they're going to be going after that market hard, and that does make sense. It would even be beneficial that you could let more people into those kind of things with these Zwift Hub 1s and bringing their own bikes. Sorry, Wahoo Core Kicker 1, whatever we're calling it now. I told you it's going to happen again.
Easy to use indoor bike, built for the home. Guess there's nothing left.
Okay, also I will say I like that they have the Zwift Play right there on the handlebars. That's kind of cool. That is a thing that I kind of would like to get for my Zwift, because, I mean, I like video games and that just looks kind of fun.
To do other than take it for a spin and guide you through the features. Nice. The ride feel just like you're out on your favorite outdoor roads. The smart resistance automatically adjusts to the terrain in Zwift.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there, because unless they have massively changed something from the Zwift Hub 1 to this new Wahoo Kicker Core 1, it doesn't. It feels close enough. I will say that. It's not like it doesn't at all feel like you're on the road, but the shifting doesn't quite feel right. I mean, especially because the range is so wide and you have 24 gears, so essentially you have a 12-speed drivetrain with 2 rings up front. When you're effectively going into that lower chainring, it feels like it is a 22 tooth or something. It is way, way too low. Some feature that I think would be really cool for Zwift to add into this is being able to choose your actual gearing ratios and everything. So if I could set up my virtual bikes with a 50-34 up front and an 11-34 in the back, then I could have those actual real feel shiftings. But right now, it just feels like it kind of gets you close enough, which is fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying don't call it real road feel when it's not. It really isn't.
Plus, if you're doing a workout, Erg Mode will help you stick to those power targets during your intervals.
Erg Mode is kind of fun to use. If you haven't really explored that and you have one of these trainers, definitely try it out. It can make things a little bit easier for you when you're really trying to train hard, because it kind of takes some of the pressure off you to really be paying attention to those kind of things. So Erg Mode is nice, but obviously that should be a feature of this thing. That'd be crazy if they left it off.
So all you have to do is keep those pedals turning. Whew. Easier said than done.
True.
I feel the burn. Can you hear that? Exactly.
Another point of contention. Smooth? Silent? No. This thing is not silent. And again, unless they have made some absolutely major overhauls between this one and the previous one, no. The previous one is still quite loud. My wife is a very deep sleeper, and this thing wakes her up from across the apartment.
Virtual gear shifting is so quiet, you'll wonder if it's even on. Perfect for early mornings.
Also, do like the fact that you do have shift levers and everything like that, because this stupid little thing is an absolute pain in the butt. You can never really mount it in a good place on your bars. That's another reason I kind of want to get the Zwift Play, so I could just, kind of have the shifting on those Play controllers, because this thing, you got to kind of put it in a weird spot. The best place I have found is kind of right under my shifter hood and off to the side, and I try to put it to where the shifting up into my range is kind of facing me and the shifting down is away from me, kind of like it would be on a Shimano system. And still, I get confused constantly, and it's really weird, and even with one of the buttons being textured, I don't love this thing.
And late evenings. The shifts are smooth and seamless. You'll have plenty of gears to choose from to ride any terrain.
Shifting is pretty smooth and seamless. I will say that there, because of it being digital, and this is another thing where it doesn't feel like the real road, as they're saying. Even on electronic systems, there is still a little bit of that feeling that you actually feel the physical derailleur movement and changing of the gear. So, yeah, that's another thing that I do like about this, is that it is pretty smooth when you are changing the gears. You can feel the resistance change, and you do feel like you are getting a different gear each time. But again, they just don't quite feel like actual real gear ratios.
And the gearing can be customized just how you like it.
See? What did I say? What did I say? Hire me, Zwift.
The built-in controllers pack a lot more punch than just virtual shifting. Control all of Zwift right from your handlebars. Navigate through the game, use power-ups, and shower your friends with ride-ons.
Once again, another kind of nice thing is having those Play controllers. So I like giving thumbs up on Zwift. Okay, it's like one of my favorite things to do. Every time I see that little thumb up right next to someone's name, I gotta hit it because it's a lot of fun and I like making people's rides. But at the same time, I hate having to take my hands off the handlebars and try to poke my phone screen while it's up on a stand, because I don't have an iPad, and I'm not going to buy an iPad because I hate iPads. But we're getting a little too off topic there. And anyway, that's kind of cool. Do like that feature.
No matter your height, Zwift Ride is ready to go. If you're between 6'6" and 5 foot, the Zwift Ride adjusts to fit you perfectly. Just use the included Zwift key to adjust your seat height and handlebars.
Wow, thanks. You gave us a 5mm hex head. You're basically IKEA.
It's the only tool you'll need for setup or adjustments. And it stows away right here.
Now, I will say what I'm most impressed with is the adjustment that they have up here at the handlebars. I do like that system and how it is. That's pretty simple, but yet really ingenious, because it also does leave you a little bit of room up on the top for putting your phone down, and it does have an extra little accessory you can add on as a tablet holder for $49. Not bad, but again, it just feels like they're taking things away from us to sell you later.
Adjusting Zwift Ride to your fit is a breeze, making it perfect for everyone in your home. No time wasted, you can get straight into your workout. Welcome to a new era of indoor cycling. Zwift Ride brings you all the best things about Zwift in one always ready package. Thousands of workouts, amazing roads, and a global community to make it fun. Go, go, go! The finish is right there!
Okay, so some of the key features and specifications. So the saddle height, the bar height, and the reach are all adjustable. And for anyone really kind of doing some indoor training, that should be enough to get you going. Zwift key tool handle makes all the necessary adjustments. Again, I'm willing to bet it's probably like it's like a number 5 Allen key, most likely. So if you have ever built some shitty furniture off the internet, you probably have a million of these around your house. Rider range from 5 foot to 6'6", so if you're under or over that, too bad, you're out of luck. Cranks 170 millimeter. This is what I don't like about it, is that you only have the one cranks, and for people who do prefer to ride with 165s, 172.5s, 175s, you're just kind of limited to the 170 millimeter cranks, which it won't be that big of a deal for your training or anything like that. But I know for myself, I like to consistently ride with the same thing. So that is something for me that I don't love that. Integrated dual control pads, similar to Zwift Play. Let's face it, those effectively are Zwift Play. Virtual shifting, instant, silent, and customizable. All three of those things I do like because the shifting is obviously silent because there's not a moving part. It's instant because, once again, there's not a moving part. Customizable, that is the cool thing because you could select your different ranges that you want. Selectable shifting styles, Shimano, SRAM, or sequential. So that's kind of neat. If you are used to riding with a Shimano system or a SRAM system on your specific road bike that you're using, you can set it up to be like one of those. That is kind of neat. And for someone who does like both systems, I mean, I've got Shimano bikes, I've got SRAM bikes, I like them both. 2 easy access drop-in bottle cages. Honestly, that's whatever because, a table does the same thing. And when you are indoor cycling, you don't really need to take the bottles on the bike. Through axle frame mounting, that should be pretty standard. What I wonder is if the Wahoo Hub 1, whatever it is going to come with the different adapters so you can do a rim brake bike on there. Because if one of the selling points is that you get the trainer and the frame and they can be separated, it stands to reason that they should include the adapters to make this for rim brake bikes because there are still a lot of us that do love rim brake bikes and use them regularly. So that'd be really nice. Flat pedals included. I'm willing to bet they are some plastic Welgos that are obviously terrible. Rubber non-slip handlebar tray for phone, food, and towel, etc. That's kind of nice. Also, your handlebars basically do the same thing for the towel. Chain tensioner to remove the smart frame from the trainer if necessary. So it looks like that is what that little guy is hanging out behind the back of the crank. It is a tensioner to make it easier to remove from the trainer if you need to. Optional integrated tablet holder, that is the extra $50 charge. So again, I do think this is kind of cool. I think it has some neat features. I think it is maybe even a smart move from Zwift if they are going to be targeting those different markets like the cycle bar and things like that. But as far as for the home consumer, if you already have a smart trainer, probably just stick with that and be happy. If you want to upgrade, go ahead and upgrade. It's not me to tell you not to do something. You can do whatever you want with your money. I'm simply giving my opinions on this new product. And yeah, that's about it. Time will tell what's going to happen with Zwift and Wahoo, and they're even going to be here in the next year. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. It really makes my day seeing those subscriber numbers climb up, and I love each and every one of you. What I would like to see even more of is you guys joining my Discord server, link down in the description. The Tour de France is coming up, and we are going to be playing Fantasy Tour de France by Tissot. So we're going to be doing the official one. If you would like to join us in that, all you need to do is join the Discord server. I'm going to set up a specific channel for the Fantasy Tour de France, and it's really just going to be a fun game. We're just going to be doing it for really kind of shits and giggles. So if you want to go ahead and join, do that now. I have also released memberships for the channel. So if you want to help support the channel in a more financial way, you can definitely do that. I've got them set at $1, $2, and $3 a month. I'm trying to keep those as absolutely low as possible, and I do not want to raise any prices on those. I want to keep them $1, $2, and $3 a month. So if you would like to do that, you will see a little button below this video, and you can go ahead and do that. It would mean an absolute ton to me because it would mean that it's more financial support for me to be able to come in and do these videos and produce content for you guys, and it can get expensive really quick. I just built another new bike. Guys, I can't keep building new bikes for free. I have too many bikes to build. I can't do this alone. By the way, really glad I shot this entire video before noticing all my dirty laundry is sitting right there. Actually, to be fair, that is clean laundry, so don't judge me. I just haven't folded it yet. Come on. We've all done it. Anyway, thank you so much. We will see you next time here on Dobbs Cycle Works. Until then, take care. Rubber side down. Really do love you all. Thank you so much for your support. And we will see you next time here on Dobbs Cycle Works. Bye.